So, we're back at Grey Mother's house. It is just before dawn. We're hoping to catch the break of dawn. And let's do a shorter path to Perseverance Mills from here. Let's leave for the tower. And there's only really 2 spots you need to get that you need to understand. I understood one of them, and then I saw someone go the wrong way at the scenic view, or whatever it's called, by the tower. And that unlocked the rest of the path for me. That someone was Colossal Coffee. So he taught me this route in 5 seconds. Literally. So, we are at the tower. Scenic view. That's the tricky part. Not wanting to go towards Perseverance Mills, but away from it. But I would have found it, because I would have looked around and experimented and been trying to take screenshots of Milton from here, from this rock. Just got, well, I got impatient because I had to be in bed 2 hours ago. So this is good. I'm making an early start. So the next tricky point is this jump here. So this jump I noticed from below. Then I looked at the other rock and figured, okay, I can get on this rock by jumping from that rock because it's higher, but I can't get up on that rock from there because I can't jump up. But you can jump down and across. So I like to aim to the left, because if you aim here you might be too low and fall off over here. And I say that and I ended up too low. So this run is borked, as far as I can tell. Well, let's try it. Let's see what happens if you fail. I'm gonna cliffhang a bit here. Well, so you're not borked. So if you miss a jump, you take this route. Probably didn't sprint enough before taking the jump. So here's a non-physical rock that you can walk into. So if you can stay high on that and get on these sort of ramps, you'll be up and over in no time. Except that one won't let you up, so we'll go to this one. Or maybe even this one. So this is what's dumb about black rocks. You should wait for the sun to go up properly before doing that, so you can see the slopes of the rocks. These look normal now, though. And I think I know I can't get up on this one. So now the next portion of this climb is going to be easy street, for the most part. You walk along these ledges and jump across cracks. I like to cliffhang there. You need to end up on this ledge to continue, and then you jump across there and get into this ledge. And then you can't really do anything about this, you just get on the next ledge. So this is all very good so far, no sprain risks or anything. Now here is a higher route that I like to take. So I'd like to be standing up, be as high as I can, and jump on the highest point and cliff hang, which means to push forward, turn to the wall and push forward into the wall. And then you need to, when you cliff hang, you need to look sideways from time to time to make sure that you don't fall off the cliff. So we'll continue zigzagging up here, if we can. Could I get up there last time? I'm feeling comfortable about this, but let's pretend that I couldn't, and I'll solve it at the end here. Might be too low down now. I'm messing this up. I wanted this to be the perfect one. Or at least a short one. This seems familiar though. So possibly you can't get higher on the higher ledge there. You have to take the ledge that I took. So quite possibly you don't have to cliff hang. Well, maybe a little bit, but not like I'm doing. That is to say that there is likely a path where you would just continue walking on ledges. Yeah, because you're gonna end up on this one anyway. As you can see, we're quite low down. We're not really much higher than we were at the outset. But that's okay. So I've not been able to get on that ledge, but it's fine. It would be very nice to finagle that in somehow, but you could do it by building a stone cache maybe. So now we could walk up, and the devs know that. So there's an invisible wall here. Donk. So we can only let the invisible wall push us onto this ledge here. This ramp, I should say. And that gives us elevation. So we will now try to zigzag up here. And we'll get to the highest point. So you shouldn't go to here, because there's no way up from here, because there's an invisible wall here. So if you get here, I don't know if you can get back, but maybe you can get back on that and get up here, because this is where you want to be. Crouch under this snow to let it push you down minimally. And this time I'll try to remember the sprint jump spot, because it would be better viewing. I can show you the alternative path up, but this will basically take us up on the snow. Well, I say that, it hasn't taken me up yet. But now we're up, and we can gain even more elevation. So, I'd like to go through here. That looks very nice, but to do that, I have to get on the snow all the way up here. So that is what I'm going to try, and if it doesn't work, we know that there should be more paths than these that I'm showing you. So first of all, grab the highest elevation point. Oh, look at this. Get up there. I think this rock will drop me down. If it doesn't, well, it did. So because this rock is gonna kick me down, I want to be crouched. You got it from Kimiora. Well, yeah, that's cool. I would have loved to find it on my own, but it was a kind of a tricky one. I probably would have given enough time. But when I build-goated all the regions, I sort of made it. I can't spend 4 streams on a single region, however much I want to and love to build-goat. So that gained us some elevation, and when that happens, you go back and rub that spot. So as you can see, I can't go up there, but if I can get on there, I can. Because the slope is gentler here, we have this snow to take us up, and all kinds of good things happening. So we'll take a detour and I can show you the way I got up here last time. And I am cliffhanging, so... And then I can go to this corner, because that's what you want to be. Can't get on this, unfortunately, and you can't build a stone cache here to get up on it, even though it's low enough because of the slope. And that rock is going to push you down. So you will end up here somehow, some way anyway. Maybe. Unless there's a completely different route. I didn't crouch there. I should maybe have crouched. Just correct that error now. Just to make sure that when we pass that corner that we got kicked down as little as possible. But if you gain elevation back like just then obviously it doesn't make any difference. So what I'm looking for now is something to compensate for me being kicked down there. So at the very least you should end up on that snow patch. And from there you can get to here. And then you got this path, a wider path up. So we're now above the point. Let's see where the invisible wall was. It was either it was this side of that rock. So that's where the invisible wall stopped us. But by taking a path around, we're now above and behind it. And we are looking to gain, I think we can get to there. And that will help us tremendously. So every time, so this slope is just about 45 degrees or something like that. And at any point when I'm sort of happy with my elevation, which is right now, we can't get higher than this right now, so we have to go back. We'll cliffhang on these friendly rocks. Let's see, I think you can get to there though, so we have to try that. We have to beat, I think you can get above and behind this tree. Let's see if we can. As I said, you don't want to lose elevation if you don't have to. So this is now the end of the road, but I know I can gain a little bit more, just a little bit. And then to the right here is going to be a tree that's going to determine maximum elevation. This one. And you can do no better than this. So from here, let's just try to make sure that we lose as little elevation as possible. So to do this, you need to be horizontal and look at the wall and see if you can still cliffhang on it. And we could, and we're now in that little corner that I pointed out before. So this is max elevation. Now for the real test. So instead of going left and up, I'm going right over to that smaller opening with a single tree in it. And this is the one that dropped me down. That's what I didn't want. So Well, I seem to have been above that thing that kicked me down last time. So this should be fine. So this is an even easier path then. I'm way above that narrow passage. The narrow passage was right there. I gained a ton of elevation. And now I don't have to deal with those trees over there and zigzag a lot. I can just walk over here to Perseverance Mills. Yeah, I would say it's one of the trickier ones. If you lose elevation in a survival run, what do you do? Well, there are several spots where you can actually place a bedroll. So that will at least help you heal sprains without having bandages, but I do recommend like 20 bandages. But the first half of that is really easy. You'll have no sprain risk going on those. You'll sprain yourself when you take the first jump, and then you fix those, and then you can go on the ledges just fine. And then you get to the cliff-hanging parts. For example, I don't have to cliff-hang here. It's it's not necessary at all. I'm just doing it to get max elevation. But well, let's test it then. We're at one of the waterfalls here, in the sort of tunnel from the exit. And the exit is somewhere here, and then there's this waterfall, which is actually in Perseverance Mills. And you can actually go around the mountain without cliffhanging. If you want to get up the mountain, you might get to there, and then maybe on the other side of the mountain, slopes might be gentle enough to get you up to the peak. I'll try that next stream, but this is the end of my stream right now. But here's Perseverance Mills, and all you do is go down this slope here and look for the continued snow slope down to the ground. And you'll get down just fine. There are no invisible walls stopping you from this point on.